Hi everyone, welcome back. Another video on the Tesla Y. So exterior, has been washed, decontaminated, polished to probably plus 95% clarity. So maybe one or two small scratches here or there that I just didn't want to pound on with polisher. And then PPF'd. I'm waiting on my two Tesla, matte black Tesla T emblems to come in. And then the rear trunk spoiler. And once they're installed, then I can go ahead and coat the car, but I don't want to coat the car until they're installed because the coating could inhibit the adhesion from the double sticky tape that's on the back of that stuff. So I thought in the meantime, I'd work on interior. So basically it's a brand new car, but that doesn't mean it doesn't need to be clean. The mats were actually kind of dirty, especially the driver's seat. So I did a quick vacuum on them, and then what I'm going to show you now is I plan on coating, call it coating, but it's really not, it's fabric protection. So I'm putting a fabric protector on the 3 floor mats, plus I'm going to do all the carpeted areas in the interior of the Y. I'm surprised the mats are actually they're pretty nice. The carpet is very soft and pretty plush, so, but it also feels like it would be pretty clingy and pretty dirty. I've detailed a couple of Teslas before. They can actually come clean pretty easy. They're not that bad. But, so I'm going to coat it. I'm using Gtechniq I1, which is Smart Fabric, which is basically their fabric protector. And I'm going to use it, like I said, on the mats first. You got to be careful with this stuff. So if you get any overspray on anything, you definitely want to wipe it off right away. And so I'm going to basically spray all the fabric pretty liberally, and then I'm just going to take a soft bristle brush, and then I'm just going to just rub it lightly across the whole thing, just to make sure it works in. Because the way this works is it gets on all the fabric, and you got to, once it touches the fabric, it kind of bonds to it and it coats it. And what you'll see is any water-based stains after 24 hours, you can literally hold this up and throw some water on it, and it'll just bead and sheet off. It's pretty nice, so it helps keep it really clean. Lasts, depending on how hard you're using it, the car, 6 months, 12 months. I won't have many people in the back seats, so the back seat stuff will probably last even more than 12 months. But anyway, so bring it along for the ride. I'm going to do this quick, and then we'll go in, vacuum the interior. There's not much to vacuum. Wipe everything down. I'm going to wipe everything down with an interior cleaner. It's Gtechniq's I2, so it's their tri-clean. Again, it doesn't need much. I'm just going to do a real quick wipe down, just make sure any superficial dirt that was there from the delivery process is gone. And then I'll talk to you about this in a minute, but I'm going to also coat the or protect the leather seats. I know that it's not real leather, but this can be used on both fake leather and real leather. Gtechniq's L1, which is their leather guard. So, all right. So again, you want to be a little careful. So I'm just going to hold this up and spray it liberally. Sprayer works here. Maybe. There we go. That's one. Does have a little bit of a smell to it. You don't really want to inhale this thing with this stuff real hard. I'm going to make sure I'm hitting all the edges too, because obviously the edges can be. All right. You want to wear gloves with this. So I'm just going to work it in over the whole thing. You don't want to use your bare hands when you're doing this. You can really smell the alcohol. There's a lot of alcohol in it. It smells like alcohol to me. If you're going to do this, you need to want to make sure that the carpets are extremely clean. So if you have a brand new car, it's the best time to do it. Take it into the detailer and do a new car prep of some sort. Typically a little more reasonably priced when it's a brand new car, but then also it's better because then it's quicker, because then if it's dirty, you need to obviously really clean it, likely shampoo to get all the dirt out. And once it's shampooed, this stuff can't be put on a wet surface. So then you need to wait 24 hours before you can apply it. All right, that one's done. This is the next one. So it'll sit for 24 hours. This time tomorrow, we'll be good to go. So I think next we're going to vacuum. So let me, vacuum is pretty basic. I have a wall-mounted unit. I have the Garage Vac Pro from Vacuum Aid. I love it. The suction is really good. And then I have it set up. I have a 50-foot hose set up on a reel, so I just have a jumper hose from the vacuum to the reel, and then the reel's attached, and it's great. I mean, I can reach my entire 2.5 car garage anywhere in here. Plus, I can go out in the wash bay area and vacuum out there if I really want to, and it works great. So I usually have 2 microfiber towels. For this car, be a little different. I'm just going to take a little dry clean. Again, this is Gtechniq Dry Clean. It's their interior cleaner. You can use it on plastics, you know, any leather. It's kind of like an interior all-purpose cleaner, but it's not all-purpose cleaner. So, if it's really dirty and you're really trying to get dirt off the leather, out of the leather, and off the dash and plastic pieces, I'm typically going to have I have an interior detail brush, so a small, you know, round detail brush that I use, and then also have a leather little scrubby. It's a little yellow scrubby that you can buy them on Amazon. I get mine through Car Supplies Warehouse. That's where I buy a lot of my stuff. Just a great group of guys, and I like supporting them. So on the leather, if it was really dirty, I'd use that with some dry clean. I'd probably have a microfiber that's damp, and after it cleans and it suds up a little bit, then I'll take a damp cloth and I'll wipe it to get all the excess off the surface, because if you scrub it but then leave it behind, the dirt's still going to be there. You got to wipe it up, and then I'll take a dry, soft microfiber and just buff it. Same with the dash, except instead of the leather cleaner, the leather pad or the leather scrubber, I'm using, you know, either a microfiber or a detail brush. In this case, everything is it's just so clean. I don't see the need to do that, so I'm just going to moisten the microfiber with some of the Gtechniq Dry Clean, and I'm just going to wipe things down. It'll freshen it up, get the dust off of it, and just generally just make sure there's no dirt on it before I do the protections on the leather and stuff. So. That's the driver's side. Clean. Let's hit that with a vacuum real fast just to get that lint up for my socks. I'm going to do the other sections of the interior, and I'll be back. Okay. So Interior is all vacuumed out, all the seats, crevices, floors. Wiped everything down with an interior cleaner. I used Gtechniq Tri-Clean. Everything looks really good. So 2 things left for me, actually 3 things left for me. I'm going to show you 2 of them real fast. So leather guard, Gtechniq leather guard. You don't need a lot of it. Just foam. I just have a cheap little foam pad here. Anywhere where there's, the Tesla leather, the fake leather, you can use it on it. Basically, it's going to give you abrasive resistance. So in other words, as you're getting in and out of the car, it's going to help to protect the leather as you're sliding along it. It's going to help with dye transfer. It's going to give you UV protection, which is probably one of the more important things, because as sun's coming in, although I'm going to have all my windows tinted, which will knock down most of the UV rays. This is also good for that. Just generally, just to help to kind of maintain the leather. I don't know. It depends how much you're using the seat or the leather, but anywhere from 3 to 12 months, I think they say. So it just depends how much you're driving it. This is just one option. I may try multiple options on this car, but I thought since this is new, I'm going to give this a shot. I have never used this before, so I can't necessarily speak to it, but I think it does a lot of the same stuff that a lot of the other products will do for, that you buy that's kind of a leather protectant. Spray some on the foam pad. So I'm just going to hit the base of the seat here just so you can see it. Apply it in circular motions. Spread it out. You don't need a lot of it. And then any excess you're supposed to wipe off with a microfiber towel. This is soaking in very quick. And then they do say in high traffic area, you can do a second coat, which I might do here on this front seat. You can do a second coat after 1 hour. So grab a microfiber towel here. Clean microfiber towel. Just gonna wipe off any extra that I see, any excess that didn't soak in or dry up. That's it. So I'm gonna work my way around, do all the seats, center, steering wheel, anywhere where I see this. It looks like they have some on the armrest of the door. The top of the door is rubber. The dash is rubber and plastic, so I'm not going to put it on any of that. Just going to use it on the Tesla leather, on the fake leather, the vegan leather. It's not too much of it. It's basically the seat, steering wheel, center armrest area, and then the armrest on the doors. So I'll be back when that's done. All right, last section here. Everything's been covered in the leather guard. I will say for those Tesla drivers that have the white leather, it's beautiful. Wish I had the guts to do something different like that, but I don't, because I can't handle any dirt. But for those that have white, you definitely want, the vegan leather I think tends to be a little easier to clean, but you want to put something on your seats. You can't leave them unprotected because you're going to get dye transfer, you're going to get dirt. And if you're not on it, like absolutely on it all the time, you're going to end up hating it, I think. Unless you just don't care about the dirty seats and you okay with white turning blue or brown. All right. Pretty happy? Look. It's real bright. Seats are looking good. So now I just need to put the fabric coating on the fabric coat on all the carpets. And we're in the home stretch. And all that's left is windows, which I can show you quickly how I do windows. But windows are windows, although painting windows properly is not easy. Alright, Gtechniq Smart Fabric. That's exactly how I did it on the floor mats. Except I'm going to take another microfiber and carry it with me. So if I get any overspray, I immediately wipe it off. So I'm going to hit it and then I'm going to work it in. Especially get it around the pedals, because obviously where the foot area is, that's where most of the dirt collects. Whew, strong stuff. Plastic seats. Pedals. All right. to, you can just use your hands as long as your gloves on, just to kind of wipe it in a little bit too. If you have excess somewhere that you see puddling for whatever reason, which you shouldn't, but if you do, you just wipe it with the microfiber. Looks good. So there's to it. Make sure you look for any excess. Wipe it off. Let it dry. Cool. So there's to it. It's got to sit for 24 hours. I'll do the other spots. I'll be back. All right, wrap things up here on the interior of the Model Y. Just put fabric coat on all the carpets. So that all needs to sit out for 24 hours. And then the floor mats can go back in. The leather's been protected with Gtechniq leather coat. And then I just got to do the glass. Everything's been wiped down. It was pretty clean, except for the floors. There were some marks here and there that I had to get up, but for the most part, it wasn't bad for a brand new car. My opinion, I took 2 hours to clean this. Which isn't as long as it takes some time on some cars for sure, but it wasn't because I felt like taking 2 hours. I needed it. So even new cars need the detail. So the last step is glass. My process, I have glass cleaner here. I just happen to use McGuire's glass cleaner. It's dilutable, so little goes a long way. I like it 2 towel method, so I have 2 waffle weave towels, window towels, glass towels. One's wet, one's dry. And spray it on the towel, wipe, and then dry towel wipe. And that section is done. Generally, you should be able to get everything you need to get. Obviously, I do that inside and out. I'm not going to do that on the outside right now because the outside is going to get quick polish and then going to get a glass coating on it. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to do the inside real fast. And I realized, gotta get used to this, the front trunk, the front also needs to be cleaned, so I got to vacuum that out real fast. There shouldn't be much to vacuum, but I do vacuum that real fast. And there's no carpet in there. I think it's just a plastic bin. Otherwise, it's all done. I'm happy with it. I'm going to let it sit open, air out until tomorrow. And then I'll bring you along for the ride on whatever the next task is. I'm getting ready to order wheels. They should be here in a week. I'm hoping my emblems are here soon. And hopefully even it'd be nice to do the emblems and the rear splitter, the rear spoiler next week. Because I don't think they'll be here till next week. Get them installed, and then I'll be off and coating the whole thing. I'm going to coat the whole car with Gtechniq HALO, and then I'll do some trim coating as well. Their C4 trim coat. So appreciate it. Thanks for coming along for the ride and listening to me babble. And questions, let me know. Otherwise, appreciate it. See ya.